Hello. How many people are online? If you're online, please indicate by commenting. If you're online, indicate. From here, we say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Some are sleeping, depend on where you are watching from. If you're online, please indicate. Would like to see, mention few people who are tuned in. Indicate on the comment section, please. If you're online, indicate on the comment section. We'd like to mention a few people who are with us. Joseph, yes, so you're welcome. Joseph, you're welcome. And indicate if you're online, comment please. Good morning, Joseph. Good morning. Chinonso is good morning. Good morning. Good morning, John Anne. Good morning. I just want to welcome some of our viewers before we start. This one is going to also be not a very long broadcast, a short one. I'd like to welcome some people. Madu Joshua, good morning. Chinonso Eze, good morning. Freedom First, good morning. Freedom First. Don Sammy, morning. Joseph John, morning, Dubai. Is it morning in Dubai now? What time is it in Dubai? Are you ahead or you're coming after us? Good morning, Odo Kashmir Emenike. Collins Onusoro, hello. Austin Chizoba Dennis, Vienna. Is it morning in Vienna? Is it morning over there? And we're trying to do just a little highlights on latest development, some of which you already know. We just want to Freedom First. Okay, you're watching from UK. UK is almost same time with ours. I think an hour ahead or an hour after. We are ahead with an hour. So I think UK time is same with Ghana. Okay, John Osuti, God bless you. God bless you too, John Osuti. John Anne from Dubai, UAE. Okay, 3:45 a.m. in Nigeria right now. It's 12:53 a.m. That is about 8 minutes to 1. And I want to say again, okay, Joseph, I want to say again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching us from. For those who will later go to our YouTube, please subscribe, click on the bell icon so that anytime our update drops, you will get it. These days, a lot of people ears are very open, because they want to hear the latest news. Biafrans, especially Ipobians, and they want to get the latest updates on the situation of the leader, Nnamdi Kanu. While Yorubas too, they are beginning to feel agitated, and they are watching out for news on Sunday Igbo, because it's also is on the run. So the South seem to be facing same problem, encroachment from this Fulani headsmen. And this problem is amplified by a federal government whose action has only been in favor of these people, who has made us not to sleep, or rather sleep with our eyes open. I talked about an elder, a particular elder from Southeast. That was about a month ago. I felt bad by the news he told me. He said he never had a night rest for some time. The reason is simply that herders are on the rampage in their town. They are afraid to sleep because they could be killed. Just like someone who shared about same people who had met Delta people fled. Obanam in particular. But let me go to the story for today. I hear some people say Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail, and that is the major offense. You know, I watched a documentary on CNN. And it was an interview of El-Rufai. You know El-Rufai? Yeah. They asked him to react to the news of Nnamdi Kanu's rearrest. El-Rufai said that he welcomed it, and when the CNN presenter asked why he welcomed the arrest, why he's so happy with the arrest, he said Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. Could you imagine? He said Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. And you know, our people, these people wants to tell a lopsided story always. There's a Igbo proverb we say Onya Borase, one of that is the problem. Please, you can put forward questions if you have questions you want to ask, or you have an idea to proffer to us. Put it on the comment section. We will get to highlight all these comments and we'll react to the stories while we go. Meanwhile, I'm talking about people's reaction to Nnamdi Kanu's rearrest. And you know, we are looking forward to the court proceedings now. He has been arraigned. That is the beginning of every court process. And the next thing we are looking at is when will the processes follow. Just like they said, this month, July 26th and 27th, they begin to make court appearance. And I know that will be under tight security. Well, what we're discussing right now is people are beginning to say he jumped bail. And you know what makes me feel so bad too? I was in a WhatsApp group, and this WhatsApp group filled with Igbo guys, and some of them too are saying the same thing. He jumped bail. You know, it's so sad. It's so sad for people to be saying such a thing. And okay, let me leave Igbo out of it. If you want to pass judgment, pass good judgment. Don't just because you hate somebody and you know, you just you know, a lot of these people have prejudged him. Let's look at what even happened. They say he jumped bail. What actually happened? Few days to court appearance. You know, I think, anyway, let me not say what would have prompted the army to do what they did, but few days to court appearance. The Operation Python dance happened. His home was invaded. And in that case, if you are in his shoes, you have to run for your life. Now, what actually happened? It was few days to his court appearance. The army, which is answerable to the federal government, to the executive, the army which is answerable to the executive, which is the federal government, interfered with his rights. They burgled his home. It was so clear to everybody in the country, there's no doubt about that, that those who invaded his house are not just thugs. They were the Nigerian army, they were in uniforms. So they invaded the house, and this stopped him from court appearance. Because which road would he travel? This happened in Abia. Which road would he travel to Abuja for the court appearance? Which road would he travel? You understand? So which road? Already there is a problem. Now, let me put it this way. The executive arm of the government, who are like the people prosecuting him. Okay, let's say, the judiciary is prosecuting him for what I don't even know. Because as far as I'm concerned, he's just a freedom fighter. And self-determination, it's part of human rights. Even the UN, United Nations, recognizes that. Okay, he was made to appear in the court. Few days to his appearance, the army invaded his home. After invading his home, he has to run for his life. So I think the court by Binta Nyako, headed by Binta Nyako, who is going to, I think she's the one that is going to continue the case. I think she's the one that was there the other day. He was arraigned, he reappeared. The judiciary realized the executive interfered with the right of somebody who they are waiting to appear in court. I think the judiciary should query the executive. The question is, who sent the Nigerian army people who invaded his home? So I don't think he has a case to answer on that. I think his lawyers should take note of this particular one. His lawyers should take note of this. And as at that point in time, the ESN was not there. ESN is yet to be born. We just have only IPOB. And IPOB has never carried weapons. You see? And the Nigerian security forces have been killing these guys, and this guy has done nothing. These guys have done nothing. What they did is just that they are waving flags. They want freedom. You understand? They did nothing. All this while, the Nigerian army attacked, they did nothing. So this should be in the records. I believe his defense team are aware of all of this. They are aware of all of this. That he's right. And again, going to that court, first of all, I don't think he will get judgment. This is, you know how, this is the same court, type of court setup that sacked an elected governor in Imo State and installed a fourth position man. So we're not sure he will get judgment. We're not sure. So I think he's just like Ejimako, Alo Ejimako is working towards now. He shouldn't even appear in court. The British people should demand, because he was traveling with a British passport while he was abducted by Kenyan government, as we had. Though they are trying to absolve themselves, but you've heard about the anti-Kenya Airways campaign. Igbos, I don't think there is what the Kenyan people or the Kenyan government will say that will make Igbos change their mind. We already understand how it is. So the boycott Kenyan flag, the boycott Kenyan movement has risen. So I don't think there's like a slang says, English slang says no mequatarism. Kenya is involved. That is what the Igbos know as far as that particular abduction is concerned. My light is going off. Can you see me clearly? It's like my rechargeable light is fading. I hope you people can see me clearly. Please indicate so that I will know whether to assist this one with another. So, like we're saying, I don't think he had a case to answer regards the not appearing in court, jumping bail. I don't think he has a case to answer. Please give me a moment. I want to set my other light. It seems this one is dull. Just give me a moment. Within a minute, I will set it up, please. Hello, I'm back. I had to bring the main studio light. I was being lazy. So, like we said, I'll still get back to this comment. So this is brighter. So, like I was saying, there are people who are just filled with hate. They must find reason to make him suffer. And it's so bad that this set of people also include Igbos. I'm telling you, he jumped bail. People like Rufai, when they say it, you understand where they are coming from. They never want to pass good judgment. But for Igbos to get involved in saying he jumped bail, yeah, I feel so bad. And when I want to judge people, I don't look at tribe, but I just like to pass good judgment. But the case of Igbos now, that day I had he was rearrested. I was in the midst of certain people, and I was surprised with their reactions. They surprised me. They were jubilating, and these are Igbos. I felt so bad. I felt very bad. Say, look at what our people are doing. I hope you can hear me, please. I hope you can hear me clearly. I felt so bad. Anyway, back to what we're saying. Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. Nigerian army and the federal government, which commands the army, should be queried for that. Yes, they should be queried for that. I think they will bring up new charges. But as for the jumping bail, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So let me highlight and see this. Let me react to this comment. Let me first read by Madu Joshua. He said, when they tortured Nnamdi Kanu for 8 days in Kenya under the supervision of President Uhuru Kenyatta Special Force, they made a video recordings of his kidnap and torture in black hole cell in Kenya. Wow. He said, more to that, they were warned by the Kenyan government never to let the video escape into public space. Trust Igbo brothers in Kenya and trust the hungry and hungry, corrupt black men in Kenya police force. Igbo boys in Kenya dropped rubber for table for they must get hold of the dark secret Wow. So this is an implicating stuff. If such video is truly in circulation and in existence and it's found to be true, then the government is involved, irrespective, despite the press conference they did, that nothing, they are not involved, that they are trying to absolve themselves. So if there is a video to that effect showing where he was tortured and involvement of a particular special force, these particular special forces are controlled by, they're not just the country's common force. You understand? Now, if such, just like saying when DSS in Nigeria is involved in a thing and you want to tell us there's no link to the the government of that place. So that is it. So every accusing finger is pointing towards Kenya government for that act, and it's not proper. And you know why they are defending themselves? Why they are trying to push the blame away from themselves? They just want to tell us it's the kidnappers did, and because it is wrong. They know it is wrong. It is a wrong thing to do. The man who spoke on their behalf said they don't want to interfere with Nigerian internal matters, but they did. But even though they did to the favor of the government, they did. So, Madu Joshua, if such video exists, then they are involved, and no wonder the Igbo people are not ready to hear anything about that. Anything Kenya is not involved. They don't want to hear that. They are convinced that the government of Kenya is involved in this. So it's so sad. It's so sad that Africans, especially our black brothers, will betray one another in that way. At least the main thing they would have done is they will probe into the matter. Just like in UK, you can't be extradited to any country if you're in UK, just like that. They will try you in court. There'll be court processes until they find reason to return you to the country seeking your extradition. But that is not the case here. That is why Nnamdi Kanu, isi ojii ọgụnụ etu a ka esi wee ka ụnụ emela unu ya eme ndị isi ojii. I hope Madu Joshua, you said the video is in safe hands. I wish we can have access to the video, though there are certain things we may not share, but I wish we can have access. There's a way we will talk authoritatively. When we have access to it, you will be bold enough to say this is what happened, even though you may not flash any kind of video. So that is it. Our show today is centered on if Nnamdi Kanu would we were talking about him jumping bail. It is the moment you meet any Nigerian, especially those who oppose the struggle. But okay, not now. Okay, yeah, no problem. The moment you meet Nigerians, especially those who oppose the struggle, who are filled with hate, the next thing you hear is he jumped bail. Is that the root of everything? What about IPOB people who were killed, who have been killed en masse? There are many videos. And that is why the Nigerian government does not like Amnesty International, because Amnesty International knows the truth. The other day, I saw a northern group organize a press conference saying Amnesty International should leave Nigeria. You know why? Amnesty International knows the truth. They are here, they are following, and they are IPOBians. IPOB people, they are good at, they are sophisticated people. They keep records. They have records of everything. They have records of everything. So, I want to ask again, people who say he jumped bail, and you know, the way they are holding, the way they go about saying this, as if he has committed a major offense. He jumped bail. What led to that? Like I said, yes, Obioma Chukwu. It's a common thing haters are saying. And these haters, you know, it amazes me, like I said, many of them are Igbos. Many of them are Igbos. He jumped bail. He jumped bail. Oh my God. May God help us. I'm coming. Yeah. Obioma Jesus said we must continue regardless. Of course, IPOB always say have a slogan. We move on. We move on. Okay, Joseph John, he said IPOB has the video. Okay, that means in due time we are going to see the video. So they have a proof for them to continue to hold on that Kenya is involved. They have a proof. Just like I said, I like the way IPOB is, even though it's this time around are trying times, I realize IPOB body is well structured, a well structured body. I'm not a member, but I have been watching things. I realize these guys are structured. So our major discussion today has been jumping bill. What do you think? What do you think? He said he jumped bail. What do you think? I'm coming. Now, we also want to talk about something. Obioma Chukwu, an average black person does not know what freedom is all about. You know this. I don't know whether. Let me react to that. It's like that effects of colonization is still affecting some people. It's just like all these fowls. Some of the time you release them out of their cage, they wouldn't want to go. They want to return to the cage. You understand? So it's so. It's so. You say the black people does not know. that's the case. You give somebody his freedom instead of him to take it. He still prefers being in cage. And what we're facing in Nigeria, the Igbo people, both the whole of Nigeria has we have experienced colonization. Now, some people want to, should I call it recolonize us or neocolonize us? And neocolonize us because there is an influence of the West. So they are trying to neocolonize us. And we need to get out of that. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. I'm coming, please. And by the way, like Nigerian government has been informed, the problem of this country is not the Biafran agitators. Baron B, you're welcome, brother. Good day. Bless you. So the problem of Nigeria is not Biafra agitators, neither is it Nnamdi Kanu. And like Omokri will say, Lorraine Omokri, if you silence Nnamdi Kanu, there are many like him. It's an ideology. And you don't quench it with AK-47. No. You understand? You don't quench it with AK-47. Most of the time, Nigerian government is dealing with the symptom of the problem. They are not tackling the problem itself or the cause. It's just like someone waiting to be sick, and he will take drugs, but he's still doing what is causing the sickness. So it's so bad. Reno Mokri and a lot of people have warned Nigeria about it to tackle the real cause of this problem. And recently there were so much agitations in the south, and we all know the cause. The Fulani herdsmen are the cause of this agitation. You could imagine Fulanis, okay, let's even assume they are from the north, even though some of them are not Nigerians. They come to our southern part of the country, they kidnap us, they rape our sisters, they attack us on our farmlands, they move their cattle, they destroy our farmlands, we are left with nothing. And when we protest, their brothers who are at the top in Abuja will shoot at us. That is the problem. The problem is not Nnamdi Kanu or IPOBians, because of they are not the problem. If any attempt at silencing them will even add fuel to the fire. Reno Mokri warned that there are many Nnamdi Kanu. Deal with the root cause of this problem. Leave Nnamdi Kanu alone. Nnamdi Kanu should be tried for nothing. Like I said, what sparks this agitation? Recently, the major cause of this agitation is the Fulani herdsmen. They are the real cause. Deal with that issue and not the symptom. Let me read comments. Obioma Chukwu said, life is about cause and effects. What is the cause of him leaving Nigeria? I like that. Nice one. Why did he leave Nigeria? The effect is that he left. But what is the cause? The day this question is answered, the day will they realize that IPOB has been right all along. I don't think they don't know the answer, Obioma Chukwu. They know the answer. You understand? The answer is bare. It's so obvious. They know the answer, but they would prefer to, cover the truth. That is it. Okay, somebody said, you are not treating me well in this country. And it is so true that you're not treating him well. And he said, give me my freedom. You shoot him. He cries. He has evidence recorded. And he shows people, look at him, look at him, look at him. He said, give me my freedom, you kill him. You protest, you bring him to court, that he wants to split your nation. That he wants to be free from these chains. the chains of Nigeria, the chains of the concussion, the chains of the pains from the mixture that refuses to work. You kill him and you start trying him in court. And he was appearing because, like we said, the power is in your hands. He has to appear. Okay. While appearing, the executive arm of the government interfered with his rights. That, you know, in a way, his life is even threatened. He ran away. You say he jumped bail because nothing is working in this country. If it's a country where the legal system is properly functioning, the government will suffer for that. Go and try such in the United States. Lawyers will chop you raw. These are the type of cases they used to shine. These are the type of cases they used to shine. And somebody is telling me he jumped bail. Oh. It's really so sad. It's really so sad. Like I said, our show this night will be short. I just wanted to talk about this jumping bill because it's like something that is recorded on the lips of Nigerians who are hateful. That's those who hate IPOB. It's like something that is a template, a kind of template stored in their lips. The moment you ask them one or two things, what do you think? React to this rearrest. You hear he jumped bail, he jumped bail, as if, you know. Oh my God. Let's see some new comments. Let's see some comments. Injustice, Obioma Chukwu. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah. That's a favorite quote. During Biafra genocide, the whole Nigeria kept quiet and helped to massacre us Biafrans. Now, the injustice is visiting everyone. Of course, it's just like saying that this saying is same as nemesis too. It's related. And nemesis catch up with people. I had during the Nigerian Biafran War, when the Igbos tried to cross through the Benue River, they were stopped by the Benue people and massacred en masse. And I've not had anyone denying this. It's so sad. But look at what is happening now. It's not that we wish them evil, but this things has a way of, you know, there's a saying, how will I put it? I used to forget this saying. Things, whatever goes by, how do they put it? You look at Benue State, look at the situation there, Benue and the Fulanis. So terrible. In fact, they said the middle belt, which they call some people call North Central, mischievously, stupidly. The middle belt, they said the middle belts were mainly the people used to stop Biafrans. They said they were mainly the people that were used during the war. Now the middle belts are regretting it. They are regretting their involvement in that way. They stop the Igbos. Even if you listen to the accounts surrounding Aguirre's deaths. Yes, Danjuma was involved. Danjuma from Taraba, Middle Belt. But what is happening now? Danjuma is crying. Is Danjuma not crying? The TV people are crying. All of Benue State is crying. Agatu. And there were other people involved. The man, was he a sergeant or major who dragged Aguirre? He was from Benue. I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to mock anybody, but these things has a way of coming back. You understand? The evil that men do lives after them. And some of the time it doesn't live after them all. It lives with them. You know, I don't really believe people should, people's children should inherit the sins or pay for the sins of their parents. I prefer whatever a man sows, he reaps immediately. You understand? So, and these things, you know, it's so bad. We are feeling it. The whole of Middle Belt has felt the heat and are feeling the heat. Plateau, for example, is being taken. Just not, which is the capital of Plateau. These same people who has used this guy, excuse me, a moment, please. So I want to correct something inside. I want to correct something. So, just not. These people, the House of Fulanis, came back. The House of Fulanis came back to contest just not. And as we speak, they are not done with that. They believe just not is theirs. And the situation in Jos today, there are some areas in Jos that belong to these people, and there are some areas that belongs to these people. You dare not walk into those areas. Again, Middle Belt during the Nigerian Biafran War. What is their role? What is their role? You can see. So that is it. This thing has a way of, now the Middle Belt is regretting. And the idea of you know, those times they were all, we are Northerners. You are Northerners, you know, you are united in the program. You are united in the decimation of a particular race. You don't know that this thing has a way of, you know, this is like a lesson. This is like a lesson. This thing has a way of coming back. The whole of Middle Belt now is torn. Now they want an entity. They want to be carved out. They don't want to be called North. They want to answer Middle Belt. They want to answer Middle Belt. I'll come back to react to some of the comments. You call them North Central. A lot of them are not happy with it. But even though some of them still participate, you hear about people like Pa Onongo of Benue State. Asina onye amaghị ebe mmiri bidoro mawe ya ama ebe ọ ya akwụsị. It's still, if you give him Arewa chairman, he's still ready to, you know, wear that position. Just like Gowon was a particular time the chairman of Arewa. You know, some of them are unrepentant. And Lalong, I don't know whether he's still there as the chairman of Arewa governors. So these guys, the Fulanis are good politicians. They know how to use, they know how to play their stuff. You understand what I'm trying to say? They are good politicians. They understand the game. And it's like use and dump. If you don't understand, even our Igbo politicians who are offering themselves to be used, how about use and dump? Use and dump. Hey, Ozor Gaddafi, recently his case is The EFCC is chasing him about. Is it not so? Tell me who has not felt it. I think they are with you. Okay, look at Tinubu. Tinubu helped Buhari. You can even say Tinubu single-handedly made Buhari president. So where is Tinubu today? They are trying to use EFCC to stop him. That is the case. And some people will still foolishly sell themselves. The promise was, okay, Buhari, I will help you. I will give you all the support. You become president. That time, Buhari has not tested power as a civilian government. He got some northern support, but he needs the Southwest so much. And the Southwest had the money to bankroll his election. He needed Tinubu so much. He needed Tinubu so much. And before you know, Operation Jonathan must go. Change. Now, Buhari is almost concluding his second term. It's an opportunity for Tinubu to come. And he's supposed to be given an automatic ticket. But look at, they're using EFCC to stop him. I think the South should learn their lessons. And those who offer themselves to be used, I think you should be wise. And, there are many things to learn from. There are many stories to learn from. It has never been good. You are used and you don't want to know. Anyway, let me react to some of the comments before we go off again. This one, Ono Weibo. He said, only God, we Biafras look unto. And it's like saying, God is our help. As it is, we have to trust in God. There is nothing impossible before him. And some of the times, like I said in an earlier broadcast, some of the times you could think that is the end of the world. But God is using the worst of situations to turn around things for you. So I trust in God. I have seen cases like that, and I've experienced cases like that. When victory is near, you face the greatest trial. At the doorstep of victory, there is always a very trying times. So no, I believe only God can save we Biafrans. Obioma Chukwu said the genocide that happened in Biafra land has not even been recognized by the world as genocide because Britain is granddaddy in that evil. Shameful. That is true. The world knows the truth, but just like you said, it is yet to be recorded as genocide. When people to the tune of 3 million died, it is yet to be recorded as genocide. The world has not been fair, even though there are still some individuals who reckon with that is a genocide. And another thing you should know is Britain is interested in Nigeria. If you have a stake, just like France, in most of these francophone countries, France has they have stakes in this country. So each time they feel their stake, their business interest is threatened, you will see them move. They want to, like, it's just like protecting your business. That is it. Putting the right securities to contend with people who want to like attack your business. That is what is happening. It's so clear. Let me look at another comment. Yeah, the world knows the truth, Roland Chukwuka. And back to that, this comment, Obioma Chukwu. There is this Araba declaration. Is it Araba declaration? Yeah, that was, I think, in Kogi or maybe Kwara. Yes, Kwara. After the, after the 1967 coup that they called an Igbo coup, even though it's not an Igbo coup, because the 5 majors who have you read the book The 5 Majors? There's this particular guy, Ademoyega, a Yoruba, who were among the 5 top plotters of the coup. He said it is not an Igbo coup. And even though majority of the officers are Igbo, but the way I had BBC announce it immediately, Igbo coup, and everybody held on to that, it's an Igbo coup. And I think Ifa Juna, they said Ifa Juna failed to, based on their plan, eliminate Zeke and this other guy in the east. And some people say he tipped off Zeke. He told him this is coming. So that was why it was assumed that it's an Igbo coup. But something happened after the counter coup, which followed. That the counter coup was planned by the North now, which led to Aguirre's death, or started with Aguirre's death. The counter coup. After the first coup, Aguirre took over as a senior military officer. He took over. Then the counter coup, which led to his death. After that counter coup, Gowon and co, Gowon, a middle belt now, who were under the Northerners, they announced that the North is not part of the Union again. They announced it. And you know what? Within hours, Gowon retracted his comment. And you know what prompted him to do that? They said the British people called him to tell you again, back to what I was saying, they are trying to protect their stake. He was called upon. They told him, you are going to lose. You are going to lose. You know what oil is in that land? And according to what I had, Nigeria doesn't even know the quantity of their oil sold. I think they just received payment based on what I had. They don't know the exact amount of oil that is being sold. You see? So, quickly, within hours, Gowon made another announcement that they want to protect this country, Nigeria. Could you imagine? So it would have been an easy split, except for the interference of England, UK. Again, back to what we were saying, their stake, their interest is threatened, was threatened. So that is it. Let me react to more comment, please. Yes, we have talked about this. Obioma Chukwu. History has proved it, that any Igbo man who served Nigeria must come back in shame. Well, there are many stories. There are many stories. Do I need to start rolling them out again? There are many stories. especially if you are serving Nigeria against the interest of your people. Against the interest of your people. If you have been employed to the detriment of your people, that is, I think you have to regret it. It is natural. So we are rounding up this broadcast. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being part of this broadcast. I don't know that it will span up to this 56 minutes. I just wanted to do a small thing, and you people came in and escalated it. Thank you for being part of the broadcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you go to our YouTube channel, you'll find so many documentaries. Yes, we are known, Igbo Area TV is known for documentaries exposing the truth about what happened in Nigeria. That is how we started. We're not used to doing live. We have a lot of documentaries on what happened in Nigeria. A lot of uncovers. We have stories about the Igbo people, their histories, and many things on the channel, on our YouTube channel, Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe. Also click on the bell icon there to get an update anytime it drops. Please also share this video. I am Azuka OJ. Bye for now.